ah, going crazy, bro. I don't even got no intro. This shit's crazy, man. Cause we on 33 episodes, man. 33 episodes of no cooldown. Welcome back to one of the best damn podcasts on the interwebs. No cooldown, man. We here, bro. It's insane, bro. Again, 33 episodes, 33 on the back like Larry Bird and this bitch, bro. It's insane. But we are here nonetheless. I am ThatManTripp, and of course, I'm here with my podcast partner in crime, WenEazy, aka Mr. PS5 on the backhand because you can't see it on the front. Punk bitch, what's going on, dog?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. How you living? How are you enjoying this Elgato sponsorship?
Man, I don't know, bro. It feels real. It feels real partnering here, bro. It feels real partnering in this air. It's different air, bro. I don't know. It's just something, in the aura, man. The spiritual pressure is different now. I don't know. It's just crazy, man. But but hey, listen, if y'all don't know, you know what I'm saying, myself, WenEazy, and the rest of our team at Growth, we're all now partnered with Elgato, man. A lot of cool stuff is coming your way. You know what I'm saying? It's a real dope partnership, man. It's a big one. It's still a lot of process, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It hasn't fully hit me, bro. It has not fully hit me yet that I'm like Elgato partner, bro.
Yeah, it's very much like it's crazy, but it's kind of like what all it has done is kind of solidified my process and been like, you know what? I gotta keep it pushing. What I'm doing now needs to be consistent, and we just gotta keep moving, and if anything, ramp up.
100%, man. We really got to cook up, bro. Like, I don't know why I've been in this mind state, but I'm just like, yo, it's that dead ass that Kanye on Kobe commercial, man, and more. So we need you to do more, but I've already done everything.
Exactly.
And so we do more, bro. Are you the same animal or a different beast? Like I don't know what that means, nigga. We gonna do it though. I don't know. We're gonna do it. But yeah, man, couldn't be happier again with that sponsorship, man. And we're gonna kick up on all fronts, including the podcast. And speaking of the podcast, man, we're trying to get this shit partnered too. So make sure you guys rate this 5 stars on Apple and Spotify. Make sure you share this around, tell a friend to tell a friend. Help us move up that dreaded algorithm to share it around, get in front of brand new people, and hopefully they come in, see all the beautiful, dope content, see these beautiful faces, and want to rate 5 stars too. So yeah, man, it's a lot of good stuff going around. Got a couple of good topics, interesting topics from this week. Let's start. We got a couple stories in the warm up, but yeah, man, is you ready, dog?
Born ready.
All right, man, let's get into it, man. Let's warm up. So, first story. Now, a little bit ago, notable YouTuber and streamer Moist Critical put out a challenge for an unbeaten Halo 2 lasso run. So it's a legendary All Skulls On challenge. Basically, again, he went going through the Halo 2 campaign, no deaths, all skulls on except for I believe one that kind of just really messed up the gameplay. And it hasn't really been done in over 20 years. Nobody's ever done that. And so there was this huge kind of gold rush of people making the attempts, trying to go through the whole entire Halo 2 campaign with no deaths. And it was finally broken, I believe, in the past day or so. I believe the man's name was Jervalin on stream. He beat it in 6 hours and 29 minutes, did that with no deaths. And at some point in that run, Halo 2 on Twitch actually was about at 44k viewers, and Halo Infinite was at like 2k viewers. So I mean, it just shows you, one, Halo Infinite's in a wild place. We can speak on that later. But two, it was how dope this moment was, again, for an unbroken record, and those like speed races or those game races. I really bring the community together, man. So just your thoughts on this.
I think it's pretty sick, actually, because there's not many challenges like that are still around to this day. Because I feel like once a game drops, people are like heavy on trying to complete everything.
Mhm.
But I think this is just pretty sick, and I love that a creator kind of put this challenge out there. I enjoy it when this is like a real gamer moment. Like I feel like if you were to tell this to anybody, nobody would care. But if you were to tell somebody who has played Halo at any point in time in their lives, they'd have been like, well, that's actually kind of sick. So, you love to see that. You love to see the energy for that. I love the interest in Halo. Maybe Infinite this will be like the kick that it needs to ramp up what they got going on over there.
We'll see, man. We'll see. But it was dope, man. I don't watch too much of his content, but I rock a Moist Critical. I think he's actually like a pretty cool, entertaining ass dude. And so him kind of putting that challenge out was again really dope, and just see how many people flooded back to Halo 2 and just kind of resurged like that love for it, man. Like Halo 2, in my opinion, that's like a top 2. That's probably a top 2 Halo in history. I'm not gonna lie. For me, it's between like 3, but it's in that conversation of top 3 Halos of all time, 100%. And it was just like, yo, it's another kind of like, I guess resurgence of a proclamation of love for that game. So it was dope to see him, man. Shout outs to old boy Dravalin for winning that 20K, bro. Like that's crazy. I need to get my skills up, bro. I need to do some skill runs, bro. Somebody need to announce some shit, bro. Put some old games in front of these big creators' faces, man. We need some more money. We need some more money.
For sure.
All right. Moving on to some other news, man. I don't know if it's the RP thing in the water. I don't know if people are trying to steal off GTA, but we saw this this trailer for this game dropping called Police Simulator Patrol Officers, which puts you in the shoes of some police scenarios, and among other things, you're pulling up, you're doing traffic stops, you're pulling up the crime scenes and whatnot as a police. It looked like GTA RP-ish, but nothing else was cool about it. How do you feel about this one, man?
No, I don't really need that. Thanks, but no thanks. That's all I really got for that.
I'm fine. I like it. That's okay. You can keep it. You know what I'm saying? Oh boy, for SpongeBob. Yo, listen, nah, dog. I don't rock with that, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I would just play Minecraft if I wanted to play with some pigs, bro. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep a buck with you. You can really hold that, dog.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna play GTA RP and run people over as a cop. Like if that's the case, and most of the time those servers is free. You're probably gonna charge me 30 for this, man.
Yeah. There's only one cop game that I truthfully cannot recommend more, and that game is called This Is the Police, and it is about corrupt police, and you're a corrupt cop, and it has a crazy story.
You know what?
That game is nuts.
Sleeping Dogs.
Sleeping Dogs. There's only a few cop games that we support on this channel, and that game is gas. That game is heat.
Facts. I get it. It is the police. Actually, yeah. No, I might need to circle back on that recommendation. I'm about to say
that game is super stressful, but the story, the voice acting, the music, everything is just like it's a kind of like a turn-based game, but it's such a good game. I cannot recommend that game enough.
Okay. I peep. Oh, also, I would say I haven't played it yet, but Judgment, from what I've seen, Judgment is also a good.
Judgment is great.
Yeah, people say Judgment is heat. People say Judgment's heat, so I'll give that one as credence as well. Yeah, fairly. But anybody want to see this bullshit, bro? Get that shit off the screen. Good. That bullshit off the screen, Sharif. You don't want to see it. Anyways, on to the last story of the warm up. So it seems that Marvel vs. Capcom 2. The legendary fighting game is back in some form or fashion. Basically, there's this Wi-Fi arcade machine called the Arcade 1-Up, and this machine is apparently going to go on sale sometime in September. It's going to come with Marvel vs. Capcom 2, the OG Marvel vs. Capcom, X-Men Mutant Apocalypse, and a few other fighting games. And it's, again, going to be shipped out, again, at some point towards the end of the year in the fall and winter. And again, it just comes with like a Wi-Fi built in, so you can play with other players who have that machine across the world. Interesting. How do you feel about this one?
I actually signed up for the email list to get it sent over.
You too?
Because this is kind of heat. Like, depending on how big it is, I definitely am gonna buy this because it looks like, first off, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is arguably one of the greatest fighting games ever created. Like, that game is, you don't even have to be a fighting game fan. Like, that roster, the music, everything about that game was crazy.
Come on now.
Like, so good.
Everybody want to get taken on a ride. For real.
It's so good. And then you're telling me it comes Marvel vs. Capcom 1, 2, Children of Adam, X-Men Mutant Apocalypse, man. That's a lot of heat. I gotta see how much it costs. I gotta see the dimensions. Because if it's like a big ass arcade machine, I'm gonna have to skip on it because I can't do anything about it. But if it's like a small one, like one that I can move out of my crib and whatnot, nah, it's getting bought. I don't care where I'm gonna put it. It's getting bought. It looks like it's only 70 pounds, so I think we might be in the clear. It's kind of gas. It's kind of gas.
I'm not gonna lie. It's looking like some fire. Low key. I just a literal Wi-Fi arcade machine. You can actually connect to play it over a certain network with that. That's actually a pretty dope innovation to a regular arcade machine in and of itself.
Yeah,
that's already dope. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, we know they probably not gonna bring that back for another 18 years, bro. So any iteration of it being back, I'm kind of happy for. So I gotta give it that, bro. And this is pure nostalgia, bro. I remember back again when I used to live in New York and stuff like that. My brother used to take me to a barbershop somewhere in Queens, and then right there was a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 machine, and we played like damn near every time we went there, bro. that is core memory locked in the brain. This is a legendary franchise, and the more it gets some type of love in this way or any other, I love it. I love it. So, if it might cost a little something, I might have to, invest, you know what I'm saying? And if you do get it, if you do have a copy, man, send me your address details, man. We can just talk it out, you know what I'm saying? I just want to take a couple pictures of it, you know what I'm saying? Just nothing involved with the balaclava at all. But you know what I'm saying? We're gonna make it happen. But that's dope, though. That's dope, though, honestly. Okay. Let's get into the main stories for this week. Starting with a big one, we got a whole new edition of Pokemon Presents that came through, and we got a bigger reveal and some more details on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And according to the presentation, we got a few different tidbits here. So you'll start the game with a legendary at the beginning. That'll serve as a mount when you climb, fly, and just run through all the different terrain in the Paldea region. You're gonna have 8 gyms confirmed, the usual normal number. Some new Pokemon. There's gonna be a Paldean Wooper, a Fido, and Titan that were showing off in the trailer. You got some Pokemon that have new Paldean form, of course, like the Wooper itself. It's like now poison form, got like some mud on it and stuff, looking like Rambo mode or something like Predator or some shit like that. The Pokédex is greatly expanded. The multiplayer lets you explore the Paldea region with 3 friends. The Terrastalize is going to be that new feature that crystallizes Pokemon in combat and boosts their stats, and even creates type changes for some Pokemon. And Terra Raid battles have a little bit of a tweak from previous iterations, as you can now attack and heal at your own timing in those raid battles with friends. So still on track for that November release. Looking still pretty interesting. Looking a little bit stronger now with this with this brand new reveal. How do you feel, man?
It looks really good. I'm not a big Pokemon fan. That's something that I've kind of like had to come to terms with, is like I was a huge fan growing up, but I think I've kind of not necessarily grown out of it, because I think you could be a fan at any age. But it's more so like I think I started shifting more towards Monster Hunter as like my, I guess, game. You can't really compare the two, but like if I had to give like a franchise a lot of my time, like a grindy type franchise, I would probably say Monster Hunter is more my speed than Pokemon. But I always love, but I say this, but every year without fail, I will buy one Pokemon game every year. Like last year, the only reason I didn't get Arceus is because I bought Diamond. Like I buy one almost every year because I do enjoy them. This one looks actually really good. Like this is actually making me excited for a Pokemon game. I wasn't excited for Arceus. It looked cool, but I was just like, I'm gonna stick with Monster Hunter. I might have to shell it out on release. This game looks really good. I can't wait to see. I'm not a big fan of the terrestrial, the crystallis or whatever.
The terrestrialized thing.
I just think that you could do so much with the designs of Pokemon. Like when somebody, I think Nee just brought up Mega Evolutions, it automatically ruined that form, because I was like, oh, Mega Evolutions were so sick. Why did we stop doing that? And I don't care about like the competitive side. I don't care what it did for the game or whatever. If you would have just made the Pokemon look different outside of just giving them like a little skin or whatever, I would have been a way bigger fan of it. But everything else looks really good. That's the only complaint I have. And it's not that I hate the form. I just think it could have been cooler. But other than that, I'm pretty excited for this.
Hey, you caught me at the wrong time. I was yawning. Dang it. All right, cool. But yeah, no. I would definitely say this also looks really, really encouraging. Again, for me, I've been out the Pokemon loop for a couple years. I keep saying it to a few people. I watch my brothers and sisters play it because they'll get a new one every year. I'll watch them. Oh yeah, that's cool. But I'll never really get back into it fully. But this year, I'm like, nah, I think I'm back in. I think I'm back in the game, bro. Especially with the fact that they said, oh yeah, there's going to be multiple storylines attached to this game. There's not just the regular gym route, but then it's going to be composed of this entire treasure hunt, so to speak. So you're going to have to find, I guess, a valuable piece of treasure for your academy through whatever means you go. So I guess if you go through the Elite Four and become Pokemon Champion, you get a medal, and that's a treasure hunt. And if you have 2 other, opposite stories that are going to take you across the map, and actual stories besides I'm gonna go to this gym, I'm going to that gym, you know what I'm saying? And they actually are contributing to the main story, not just like the little side pieces, like, okay, like, a Team Rocket story or a Team something story. Actual long-standing narratives that actually, again, are equivalent to a gym battle run, to an 8 gym battle run. That's really, really big for the franchise, man. I feel like more attention needs to be put on that, because they're deciding to actually make more narratives that are like, heavier stakes or just heavy stakes as gym battles. That's a big push, bro. That's honestly a big push. And of course they have, the little stories here and there, but not on the scale that I believe they haven't done this to this scale in terms of story and expanding narratives in a long time, if at all, before at this point. So I personally think that's a really big plus. The Pokemon look dope. Say Titan look like actually like mad fire. Still, what's his name? Fuecoco and the starters look pretty dope. What's my man's name, bro? Was it Choppy? The little dog from the first trailer, the little man, bro. I completely forgot his name. It's killing me inside.
Oh, you're talking the dog from the first trailer?
It was like the dog.
Oh my
like
god, it's like made of dough or whatever.
No, not Fido, bro. That was the other one. That was the one from this trailer. It'll come back to me. But I'm just wanting to say, like, again, like, this game looks super good, and to boot, they have the multiplayer experience, the co-op experience on top of that, so you can go through the story, you can go through raid battles, explore the region with all your people. I think this one's gonna be a really big corner turn for the series, and I think it's gonna really hit a different level this year. So I am all for this. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is looking like one of them ones. And if it's good enough, man, I think it can be, probably not Game of the Year winner, but definitely a Game of the Year contender if it comes out just right.
Yeah, I think it's up there. I love Pokemon. Game of the Year, I don't think they ever get the love. Yeah, I don't think they ever get the love for it. And it's just because I think it's the genre one, and two, they could just. There's no voice acting. Like, it doesn't hit the big peak. Like, oh, this is the best game I've ever played in my life. Yeah.
No, I hear you, man. But yeah, I think at least when we get to the end of the year list of like, oh yeah, what's our top 10 games of the year? This definitely should be in the conversation if everything's hidden right with how it's executed. So, Scarlet and Violet, man, looking good.
Yeah.
All right, on to some Xbox news, man. On to the Xbox Game Pass. So Xbox was set to release the family plan for Xbox Game Pass. So it's basically going to allow Ultimate users to share their subscription with up to 4 people in the same country. A lot of big service expansion updates. This has been like mulled over by the Microsoft team for a good little while, but now it's starting to get deployed. When Xbox Game Pass advocate, the Xbox Game Pass bishop, as it were, how do you feel about this?
I feel fucking great. I'm so happy because you have no idea how much money I spend on Game Pass. Everybody does because it's the same price for everybody. But I have it, Panda has it, my best friend has it. Like, I have so many people that I could start this family plan with that it's not even funny. So like when I first heard the news about this, I've been waiting for them to announce it. I wish I could have been part of the beta testing, if anything. Like, I think that this is really the biggest thing about Nintendo's online thing, and why I never really complain about it, is just because for $30 I could have up to 8 people on the same network, right? And with the $80 version for the family plan, which includes N64, it's the same thing. Everybody pays $10 for 1 year, and we're all playing N64 games, playing all the things that we want. This is cool. I wish it was more than 4, because I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. Most families these days have more than 4 people on it.
Yeah.
But of course, we know family plans don't necessarily mean like 4 people, mom, dad, and the 2 kids or whatever.
Yeah.
All I wish is that it was either more than 4, or there was like a tier for like, here's for if your family is 4 people, here's if your family is 8 people, here's if your family is 6 people. And that's it. You can easily, if you have 8 people, obviously just do 2 separate family plans. But like, it's gonna be awkward when it's like you got 5 people and it's like, ooh, sorry, bro, you cut out.
Which child is your favorite?
Like, that's the only real issue. But I think that this is a great step moving forward, and it's only gonna grow Game Pass, which is already, I feel like it doesn't really need more reason for people to get it. But like now, when you're telling me, I think that it looked on the price might change, but the picture was like 21 pounds, which I'm assuming translates to like 21, 25 bucks at the most. Like,
it's like, it's 1 to 1. It's literally like they're pretty much same price now.
It's like, yo, for $6-7, I can get a group of people together and we all pay $7 to get free. Like, it's just no brainer at this point.
100%, man. All I gotta say is, glory be to Game Pass, baby. Glory be to Game Pass. they still stacking up quality on them, man. They still stacking up. All right, cool, man. Moving on to the next story. As we get closer and closer to the 2023 date, the full acquisition of Activision Blizzard into Microsoft, we're getting a lot more scrutiny. We're getting a lot more opinion not just the pundits, not just regular gamers, protesting the move and crying in the rooms and shit like that. We're getting some scrutiny from regulatory bodies across the world. So we saw a lot of different chime-ins, especially from Brazil's regulatory body, just about fair competition and stuff like that. And Sony just happened to chime in on some of those conversations from that Brazil regulatory government. So Sony seemed to imply in some documents that came out this week that if Microsoft got Call of Duty under their umbrella, it would have the power to influence consumers' console decisions, which could be perceived as an unfair competitive advantage. So I mean, I think this is an obvious answer to the question, but I mean, how and why? Is Sony afraid of Microsoft getting Activision and COD under the belt?
I'm sure Phil Spencer somewhere is looking at this like article, and it's somebody's like, get your money up, not your funny up. You know what I'm saying? Like this sounds like a broke person situation. If you ask, you could have bought Activision, but you didn't.
Crazy,
so I don't
crazy, man. Yo,
with the money flowing at Microsoft.
Yeah, your pockets ain't deep enough, bro. What the Last of Us money, bro? What's that Last of Us money? It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sounds like the last of your money is what it sounds like, Sony. I don't know what to tell you. Nah, like I'm gonna keep it a stack. Call of Duty never influences my console decisions because it's literally everywhere. I don't think, especially, and now that it's free, it's like, how can you really? Warzone is free, and that's the game mode that I feel like everybody plays the most these days. So I could not see myself being like, whoa, I'm gonna buy an Xbox because Xbox has Call of Duty. Like, you're gonna get Call of Duty no matter where you go, and it would be stupid for Microsoft to be like, we're taking it off PlayStation. Would that, if they did that, yes, it would affect PlayStation sales, but I don't think it would affect it to the extent that people would think. It would be a hit for the people who only play Call of Duty, but everybody else is buying PlayStations. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that PlayStation would have to do is just ramp up productions of their single player games, and we're all still gonna be like, nah, I'm gonna get a PlayStation. I mean, look at PlayStation's track record. Almost every game they release has like a wide effect. I did not expect Stray to be as big as it was when it released. And look, motherfuckers are playing the game.
Pick up Steam. Hella people picking up the game, bro.
And that's like an indie PlayStation, and I don't even think it's a PlayStation exclusive because it's on PC, but that's like an indie PlayStation game. Like, PlayStation games have weight, so
Facts. It's an Annapurna joint, bro. It's naturally niche. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's naturally like not everybody in the whole gaming community is gonna rock with it off rip, but apparently people took to it like, like a moth to a flame, bro. Like it was crazy. But I agree with you there, especially on the point about Warzone, bro. Now that Call of Duty is such a free experience everywhere, I feel like this kind of sinks this argument a little bit. If this was like a couple years ago before Warzone was a thing and like Call of Duty was a full paid experience, still raking in those numbers that they did every year, again, like bestsellers and whatnot, I would say this is a valid argument. But with Warzone continuing to be a free experience, and I don't think they're ever going to change that model ever again for the rest of time, now a lot of that's really mitigated, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that's like, okay, listen, why would we even say that? Why would we even price out competition like that when everything is free on that side? Well, majority of people play Warzone as well, so it's not really a big ass knock to you, if you're going to be completely honest. And on top of that, I feel like Phil Spencer, I think he said this before in the past, he said he wouldn't make a move to make Call of Duty exclusive. He wouldn't make a move to make the base Call of Duty an exclusive experience on their platform and price out other people now that it's been multi-platform. Of course, you're going to have those deals where, oh, yeah, get it first on Xbox. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have those things pop up every now and again with Call of Duty because it's such a big franchise, and I expect them to do that. But to completely price out something and say, oh, it's an unfair competitive advantage, I don't think that's the case anymore. I think Sony just like a little, they're trying to just pull them back by the shirt a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Get a little bit of traction in this game, as it were. And they pocket watching, bro, a little bit, bro. So, they think it's a little bit unfair. You guys spend all this money just to get an unfair competitive advantage, bro. They talking to the refs instead of playing the game. They need to, you know what I'm saying? Drop some more games in this hole, bro. Announce some stuff, bro. Maybe the competitive advantage wouldn't be so high. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey, man. I don't know. Basically, I'm telling these companies to shut up and dribble, bro. And I have full rights because they're companies, they're not people. No, I'm just... That's why I came out, bro. Listen, they companies, bro. Fuck them niggas, bro. They be all right.
They'll be all right. They'll be all right.
Love y'all. But for real, y'all gotta get y'all shit together, bro. Y'all be okay. All right, on to more news. On a recent internal report from EA, they laid out the slate for some upcoming titles, and among them was a couple of different things. First and foremost, a confirmation of a brand new Need for Speed title, and also there was some indication of some major unknown IP creating some type of launch title for early 2023. So, first and foremost, let's tackle the Need for Speed topic. How do you feel about a new Need for Speed game? Do we need it? What is it going to do to actually come through? Like, what's going on? This tickling your fancy?
I see. I really love Need for Speed games.
Mm.
I really enjoy them. I They give me like a sense of like driving that Forza doesn't give me, because
Mm-hmm.
Forza like requires you to have skill, whereas Need for Speed is way more arcadey and not necessarily
Yeah.
skill based by any means. If you want Need for Speed to be good, they just need to like I don't even remember the last Need for Speed, to be honest with you. And I think it was mostly because I don't even think it was like a microtransaction thing. I think it was just
Nah.
like meh. It was just not the best. They had
Yeah.
like that weird like daytime, nighttime thing going on.
Mm.
I think they need to go back to the roots. Honestly, I think it was what needs to be done. They kind of try to make these gimmicks, or they try to change the game up a lot. I think Need for Speed, the one that came out that was like going back to the roots,
Yeah.
that wasn't as good as it could have been, and I think they
Mm.
should have just like kept pushing that. Like they should have made a 2 of that instead of being like, all right, let's keep doing gimmicks, because like I don't think the gimmicks have really worked. Hot Pursuit was amazing in the sense
Yeah.
that it changed the game from where it was to what the newer ones were. But then
Mm.
after that game, it like peaked, and then it kind of got progressively worse in a sense.
Yeah. Word. I ain't played the Need for Speed since like Most Wanted, bro. So I ain't got no damn stake in this shit. I'm not gonna lie. If it's fire, cool. But if it's not, I'm like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like
I would,
even Most Wanted had that weird like you gotta find the cars in the city shit. Like I don't want
yeah,
that.
yeah, bro. I'm just like, listen, bro. At this point in the pecking order, if I pick up a racing game again, it's gonna be Forza before Need for Speed. So you gotta really wow me with something, or else I'm like, whatever, bro. Y'all just kind of to the wayside. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's fair. And on the unannounced EA game, bro, you know what I'm saying? You know I love the tinfoil shit. You know I love the conspiracy theory. So I mean, what might we what are we looking at potentially, man? What's going on?
So it's unannounced. Are we assuming it's gonna be a new IP, or is it just an IP that they have?
I think it said major IP. So my indication is that it's a known one. It's one that we've seen before from EA's banner.
It's not gonna be Mass Effect. I don't think it'll be Mass Effect,
Fuck
because I feel
no.
like that's
There's
already
no
been
way.
announced.
That's and
Yeah.
they said this is Mass Effect 4 is coming already, but that's way far out. I
Yeah.
would not expect it
Yeah.
2023. No way in hell.
It can't be Battlefield unless they think I'm fucking a joke. Like
There's
they can't.
abs-
It can't be
am
Battlefield
I a
unless they
joke to
think.
you?
Like you know what I'm saying? Like it can't be. And we know Skate's coming because they already talked about it.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they have left if we're moving all that. Would it? They don't own Burnout, right? That would be stupid if they announced Need for Speed and
Do they have
Burnout.
Burnout?
I think they own Burnout,
I'd have to double check that. They might own Burnout now. I'm not
but
gonna lie.
I don't know why they would announce Burnout after just talking about Need for Speed. Like I feel like you would just release one at a time,
Yeah,
and just
literally.
recycle your fan base. But that would just. But they're EA. They don't. They've released
They
2 games at the
they
same
do
time
own
before.
Burnout. They
They
do
do
own
own
Burnout.
Burnout, right? I want to say it's Burnout because that's the only big IP that I can think of. But I don't. I feel like that would just not be the best move. I would
We
be
ain't
more
had a
excited
Burnout
for a
since
Burnout
when? 2013
since
maybe? To like I mean
Burnout
no,
Paradise was the one that
yeah,
they
it got
had.
remastered. It got remastered though. That one got remastered like a little bit ago, like 2019 or 2018 or 17 possibly. I don't know, man. Could be somewhere in there. But yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I would think 2023,
They
early
own Def Jam.
2023. No, they're not. No,
They
I
own
don't
Def
believe it.
Jam.
Yes, I know they own it, but I don't believe them. I don't believe a single thing happening about Def Jam until I see it on my screen or it's in my hands. I don't believe a thing about Def Jam. EA, I don't believe you. Def Jam Twitter, I don't believe you. You will not get any play in this household. You will not get a single shred of play, hope, or anything until I see somebody getting body slammed and then drop a freestyle right after, something like that, bruh. None. That's
My predictions are gonna be my predictions are gonna be at the top of the key. We're gonna go Burnout because I haven't heard a word from them, and I feel like they would get a lot of traction off of announcing a new Burnout game. We're gonna go Burnout, we're gonna go what's under Burnout? Oh my god, we're gonna go SSX. We're
SSX.
gonna
Oh my
go
gosh.
yeah, we're gonna go SSX. We're going for the deep cuts. SSX, and then we're gonna finish it off with Def Jam. And I don't think
Wow.
any like if none of those get announced, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm not surprised.
That
I'm just
is,
throwing airballs at this point. I'm
yeah.
just
This
I'm just gonna make something.
that's the worst starting three ever, right now. What's it called? Uh, I would say if I had to throw a couple guesses up, maybe the NCAA game. Maybe the NCAA game will actually come out next year. I mean, they announced it. I don't know how far along they are in the development process for it. So I mean, we'll see how that one turns out. In terms of other EA games, bro, I have absolutely no clue what could even be out there that's like a known IP that they're looking for or they're actively developing for early 20 like FY 2023. So it's like I can't see anything really coming out next year. I don't
Yeah.
know. My only guess would be NCAA, bro. Basketball or football. Something like that, bro. That'd be my only two guesses, bro. It can't be Fight Night. If it is Fight Night, I would cry. But that's a whole nother
That
story.
would be crazy. I
I
don't think it'll happen though.
I do not think it will happen. I 100% do not think it will happen. I feel like EA is kind
No.
of leaky, so we would have heard something about Fight Night being a thing at some point. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I really don't buy that.
Especially with how many people they'd have to reach out to because of how segregated,
Facts.
like not segregated, but how
Yeah,
separate
how
boxing is.
fragmented boxing is literally. And then
Like
some
you'd have to
dumbass would
call
be on
all
there
those
like,
agents.
I'm getting scanned in, boy. I'm getting scanned in, bro.
Yeah.
Shut the like
Or
literally.
it would even be like something like a manager's assistant would say some shit like they would just sell the story or something. Like I couldn't see. There's too many. That would be too many moving parts for it not to get leaked.
No, dead ass, bro. Dead ass, bro. So yeah, I mean, only ones I can say are those ones. Otherwise, got not a damn clue, bro. Not a damn clue. All right. But anyways, going on to other news and slipping back into the Call of Duty bag, there was a little bit of an event held for the LA Rams by Infinity Ward, which showcased some Modern Warfare 2 gameplay. Got some early gameplay in the hands of some of the players, and the event was showing off. Got some pictures backstage. Of course, there was not too much footage or any footage, but there was a couple of screenshots that were captured from football players' point of views and other stuff. You know, people got some leaks in the early little tidbits and sneaks in there, and on a menu it seemed that there was confirmation of some rumored mode called DMZ that was speculated to be a variant of, you know, that Escape from Tarkov like gameplay. And, you know, that mode showed up in one of those Call of Duty menus on that screen during this event. So, you know, the rumors might be actually true where this is DMZ mode that might be based on Escape from Tarkov. So how do we feel about that game mode making its way into Call of Duty?
So I don't really care much for the Escape from Tarkov. Like, shoot me if you think I'm saying anything crazy here, but I'm not a huge fan of like I play Siege, I play Rainbow Six Siege, and even when I die early in that game, it's like, damn it, this kind of sucks. But I get to respawn at the end of it. Like I'm like, all right, next round I'm going in there. It's gonna be different. I'm not gonna fall to the same bullshit, but I usually do. That game is different. Tarkov just seems like very stressful with very little like reason for me to want to be that stressed, I guess.
Mm.
Like I can't imagine running into a place, being super tactical, getting almost to evacuation and then getting shot and then instantly dying because it's super realistic.
One bullet in your ass and you actually gone like, nah, fuck.
And then
Sorry.
I lost all that progress and the shit that I brought into it. It's not
Mhm.
for me. Personally, I don't even think it's really for a lot of Call of Duty players because I feel like a Call of Duty is very and if I get backlash for this, Call of Duty's an easier shooter than most. Like
It's an
just
easy ass shooter.
yeah,
Yes, of course it is.
it's way easier than most. Like it's not Apex, it's not even Battlefield. Nah, because Battlefield like there's very little movement, but like I just don't see it as like hardcore. You know, there are
Yeah.
hardcore modes. There's search and destroy, but again, like Call of Duty's Call of Duty. You play the game because you can crazy frag out 30 people with like one
Mm.
clip. Like I don't think that it's an Escape from Tarkov-esque mode. It's gonna go. I want to say it's gonna go down the same route that the Battlefield mode went down, which is like people who are
Yeah.
casual shooter fans just aren't really interested in a super hardcore mode, so they just stop helping it. Of course, do I think Infinity Ward or whoever is manning this game is going to have more care for their things than EA? Yes, but I just don't see the I don't see the people overlapping. Like I don't see people who play Tarkov being like, I'm gonna jump on Call of Duty to play the Call of Duty Tarkov, unless they just
Mm.
want easy frags or easy wins.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I hear that, bro. For me, it's just like, yeah, they're just gonna try something new, innovative, push over the box. AKA, everybody's gonna be on this wave of copying one game mode that was popular from 2 years before. We've seen it before. Hazard Zone had its time in the sun, where it came and went. It was actually a decent game mode in my opinion, but then they just didn't support it, and poof, lo and behold, it's gone. But for Call of Duty, I mean, it could be an interesting mode. How is it mixed well with the gameplay that we know and come to know and love or not love? You know what I'm saying, based on Call of Duty, like just fast running gun that sometimes maybe a little bit slower bullet death compared to a Tarkov. You know what I'm saying, you're gonna die probably like a few shots, not gonna be like one bullet down. It's gonna be a clip or so. I feel that this is not going to translate as well, but it'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting experience. I definitely would like to try it though. I want to see how it would translate and what would be the objective. Again, is it going to be that same, like, oh, you find a certain thing, like more of a hazard zone, you find these little points, grab this and then get to an extraction point and wait for an extraction point. Uh I'm intrigued to see how it'll play out, and especially with the map size, I'm sure they're gonna take from Warzone and probably employ their own twist on a Warzone map that they're gonna put in there. Uh, could be interesting, but I don't think it's gonna jump up in rank and out overtake any Warzone mode or any multiplayer mode. So Pharisees, but probably just gonna be another third wheel, as it were, third place behind a couple of other more popular game modes for Call of Duty or any major release in FPS. So, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. Let's move into the trailer trove. So, of course, this is a segment where we talk about a little bit more watchable media, what I'm saying, the TVs and animes and whatnot. And we got a few stories from this week. Interesting stories, man. So first and foremost, we got some unfortunate news that WB Discovery is going to get a huge round of cuts in significant portions of staff, as well as content in the kids and animation departments for streaming and linear platforms. There was no word on what projects could be affected, but with this huge downsizing ahead and cancellations in some live projects already, this could be a really big knock to the platform, man. How are we feeling about HBO Discovery? Well, WB Discovery and HBO Max getting some big cuts to their teams.
I don't like. Why are they merging? Is the real problem. Like, did Warner Brothers already own Discovery? Like, that's my question.
I
Like,
don't think so. I think Discovery
you motherfuckers.
Discovery was another group in itself, and I think they acquired them.
So Discovery acquired Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I think so.
Fuck mergers. That's what I think. I think fuck mergers is where I'm going to with this, because like, why the fuck are we firing people when HBO Max is gas? Like, HBO Max is probably one of the better streaming services. The only problem with HBO Max is literally the website, or like the streaming site. It's the only issue that I have with HBO Max, because a lot of the content is amazing, and I just don't know why we're firing people when we have a good thing here. Make it work, bro. Why the fuck are we firing people? I'm pretty fucking sure.
Fix your app up.
There is a lot of people who work at this company who are now at the top of this merger who could take a fucking pay cut to keep these people on retainer. Like, I'm pretty fucking sure if you told everybody, yo, we at the top are gonna have to drop some of our money to help you guys stay here, they would all be like, thank you. Like, that's what a normal human being would do, instead of cutting 70% of the fucking what's wrong with y'all? Like, it's anybody taking a pay cut, or are we just dropping motherfuckers off? Like, is that like cool, I guess? And then when the fucking service tanks and you guys make less money, you're like, what the fuck happened? You fired everybody, you idiots. This is stupid. Like, that's what it comes down to, is like, wow, I actually enjoy I really enjoy HBO Max, and that's what's really annoying, is that, like, you guys are fucking up your own bag. I've never seen this.
Actively fucking up their own bag. And again, from probably one of their most prolific parts of it, the animation department, and how much animation they have in their catalog, bruh. The fact that they're gutting that is a big miss to me, honestly.
Why do we hate animation so much?
Facts. Netflix was gutting mostly animation shit. You know what I'm saying? Now HBO Max gutting their animation shit. It just doesn't make any sense to me, bro. I don't know if listen, everything can't rake in Boss Baby numbers, bro. It can't. But if you don't have the infrastructure to at least support good shit, people are not gonna rock with your platform long term. Niggas don't want to see Boss Baby every time, bro. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? And this is, again, a dig at Netflix and a dig at y'all. Like, you guys have a good service, a really, really good service. Albeit you need to keep fixing your damn app because that UI is still ass. But you have a good service. You have really good content. You have a really, really good offering. But you got to keep working on expanding that offering long term and showing, whether it's original series or stuff you adapted for something, blah, 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 under your umbrella. Have that there. the fact that you're cutting people off and cutting the studio is like, so what do we have next from you? What's next? Because I'm gonna want to see more animation stuff from y'all. I'm gonna try and keep paying for that if y'all have good stuff, and if not, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. At this point, I'm looking at all these streaming services like, man, I need to start counting on my fingers, bro, and stopping after 4 and cutting off the 4. If you understand what I'm saying, bro. I don't know, man. Niggas is wilding, bro. Whatever. Anyways, we got some word that The Flash got canceled, y'all. The CW have decided to end the long-running CW DC show after 8 seasons. The 9th season will air in 2023 and will be finished after that. But The Flash is, running out of our lives, man. How you feel about that?
I'm surprised we got 9 seasons of the show. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought there was only like maybe 4. That's insane. We should have stopped at like 2. I stopped at 2, and that was because Netflix didn't have any more. And after the second season, I was like, I think I'm done with this. I'm happy that they don't have any more on here. I don't have any reason to watch this anymore. 9 seasons? Jesus Christ.
Bro, how? God. I don't know how. This is cockroach levels of survival. I don't know how they made it this far. You know what I'm saying? Like in this area, bro. Was it? Oh my goodness. Was it The Flash? That Gorilla Grodd appeared, and then he was like, "Make America Grodd again."
Was that? I don't know if it was The Flash, but it might have been.
It was one. I think it was The Flash. Bro. I gotta find that clip. But I was like, y'all have got to be insane on the CW network. You are letting motherfuckers say, "Let America Grodd again" or "Make America Grodd again." That is egregious. That is egregious. This is you let that go past the writer's room, post-production, editing, you know what I'm saying, final edits, promo, all that stuff to be unlocked. Y'all didn't deserve anything past a season 2. I'm sorry, dog. I'm sorry.
No.
Like, that's crazy, bro. You lucky all the random, like, you know what I'm saying, old folks and stuff is keeping on business on the CW and watching your damn show, bro. You want to know why? Because my mom don't watch The Flash like twice now. The entire CW Flash up to this point, she went back and forth, bro. And I'm like, Ma, I've been stopped watching since like season 2. I've been stopped watching. So that's how I know you're not surviving off the lifeblood of people who are actually interested in the show. I mean, well, people just randomly walk up to the show and be like, oh yeah, I mean, I'll sit in for a couple seasons. And why not?
I think it's doctors' offices. I blame doctors' offices for anything, for the CW getting all their numbers.
Facts. Rest in piss, bro. I'm sorry. You gotta shout to Grant Gustin though. Shout out to Grant Gustin, bro. He was actually, you know what I'm saying? I give him something. He was a decent Flash. I give him that.
Yeah, sure. Like, it's not. I don't even think it's his fault. I think it's the show. Like everything about the show.
It's literally everything else about the show. But
I don't even think like Iris's dad. Like, I think a lot of the actors are pretty solid. It's just like they have horrible things to work with.
Facts. They made the best of it. With the pile of cow dung. But it is what it is, man. Let me see. Looking at this. Oh, speaking of Flash, we got an update from Variety, guys. So the Flash movie with Ezra Miller is apparently still happening and still slated to release as scheduled, despite the hijinks and the fuckery of star Ezra Miller. Now, amidst some cancellations like the Batgirl movie and the Scooby-Doo project, it seems like the Flash is still set to run forward. Now, I mean, thoughts on this, man? The Flash is still coming.
Ezra Miller, mark my words.
He's got Ezra Miller. He's got something on him, bro. He's got something on him.
Ezra Miller will be in jail during the premiere of The Flash. I promise you, that motherfucker is going to be behind bars when that movie premieres. And they're going to be on the red carpet like, it's a shame that Ezra can't be here. And depending on what he's in jail for. They might not even mention it. They might.
Facts. Say who?
I can't. Bro, why?
They might give him a stunt double, bro.
Yeah, exactly. It might fucking dog. Why? So here's the thing. I didn't even know about the Batgirl movie until recently. When I found out about the cancellation, I went back and I found out more about it, and I was like, this shot doesn't look bad. Like, we have J.K. Simmons in this John, and we have
didn't look too bad, bro.
Well, what's it? Oh my God, I can't remember his name. He was in The Mummy.
Brendan Fraser.
He was Firefly.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
oh yeah, literally, bro.
You got some pretty good talent, and we don't get this movie, mind you. It's in post production, so they essentially, it's like, imagine if you were cooking. Imagine it like for people who don't know much about film production. You have pre-production, production, and then post. Think of it like prepping a meal, cooking it, and then plating it. They already prepped it, they cooked it. They were in the midst of plating the meal before it went out to us, and they were like, "We're stopping here." I really don't know how much money you're gonna save by stopping there. Like, to be honest, I feel like
Appar-
you've already put
apparently
yourself in
they
that hole.
apparently they get a lot of money off tax breaks for certain things if they don't go through. Apparently they get some tax breaks for that, for cancel projects or some things. I don't know. I don't know exactly, but I heard tax breaks were involved in certain cancellations and how they're operating right now. So
That's
interesting.
disgusting. Because
Interesting.
it's like, even if the movie came out and it sucked, dog, it's a WBDC film. We would have expected it anyways. But the fact that it's getting cut, but we're still getting a Flash movie that I just genuinely do not think will be good at this point. And even if it were the best movie, I am not paying for it. I am not watching this movie. I do not want to support this person in any capacity. So
Yeah. I'll watch the movie, but I
yeah,
won't support. I won't support, not monetarily.
exactly. Like
You know what I'm
I'll
saying?
watch that
Allegedly.
shit. I'll watch that shit from the outside of somebody's house in the window, like a fucking like a stepdad who didn't get invited to Christmas dinner. I'll just be like this. Can you guys turn it up? Like I'll watch it like that before I put my own money into this film.
Oh shoot, bro. Oh man, listen. You said it. You put it well, man. Listen, this man Ezra Miller needs to be put under the jail, bro. He turned into his own villain. I can't watch him. You ruined the experience for me. How can I see you as a hero when I know you're a villain, bro? In real life, that ruins the experience, and that's an L for me, dog. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'll watch it, but not a dime is being put towards it, boy. I'll tell you that much. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. Moving on to the final story of the trailer troll. We got a trailer finally for the Andor series, showing off views of the titular character Cassius Andor, Forrest Whitaker as Saul Guerrera, Stellan Skarsgård as Luthen. Even showed off some of Coruscant, man, looking super sharp. Some dope shots. Was interesting to see how it panned out, and the 3-episode premiere is coming September 21st. So thoughts on Andor?
It looks really interesting. Man, I really am so behind on the Star Wars stuff. It's getting to a point where like I don't even know if I'm going to call myself a Star Wars fan anymore because I'm just so behind that I don't know if I'll catch up in time. So I'm just like, oh my god, another one. Not like in a bad way. It's more like, damn,
Yeah.
this the Star Wars fans are eating. I'm excited. I can't even say I loved Rogue One. I think Rogue One was probably one of the best Star Wars films ever, to be honest with you. So I do want to watch this, but I'm behind on almost every other Star Wars show. So every day I get closer and closer to having to put my own money into a Disney Plus subscription. Actually, no,
bro.
Well, I gotta figure it out. Actually, I do have a plan. We'll see if I can if Plan A works out, and then we'll be back.
This man Mickey done got him. He said, "Ho ho, get in, fucker, ho ho."
Yeah, but it definitely looks interesting.
Yeah, look fire, bro. Look fire, man. I just love these little tidbits of how, like, again, things are starting to connect back and forth with each other beyond, regular Skywalker stuff. Like Saul Guerrero was dead ass in Jedi Fallen Order, so seeing him like younger and also in that period, you know what I'm saying, it kind of like contextualizes where you're at in terms of the Jedi Fallen Order story and where that is and where Andor is and where Rogue One is. It's cool to see all those kind of linked back and forth, back together. So I love those threads. The visuals was fantastic, bro. Coruscant looked amazing. Coruscant looked incredible, man. I can't wait to get back in there. I think it's gonna be a really dope story, something that we again really haven't seen before. Just like, again, a nice side adventure that doesn't have to do with anything that we've seen too much of before. We get the nice remnants of nostalgia and just familiarity with certain characters, but not too much to where we're like, oh, I know this exact same thing. We're gonna be right here. What do I know you're gonna try and anticipate what to expect. Nah, I like this. Andor looks really dope, and I'm locked in. I'm locked in September 21st.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the rest of the stories for the week. The popular streamer Dr. Disrespect has been taking some shots at Call of Duty and downplaying them in comparison to his NFT shooter named Dead Drop. So he took to Twitter to say that a screenshot from his game that's only about 6 months in development right now would blow anything from the COD engine out of the water. And they provided some screenshots, of course, of Call of Duty. Now, it's still early doors for Dead Drop, but Doc seems confident in his game taking a leap forward for FPSs, man. How do you feel about this little beef that he's trying to stir up between himself, his team, Dead Drop, and Call of Duty?
I don't think that anything he has to say about this game is anything other than a PR stunt. 1000%. Like, I can't even. It's it's so blatant. He might as well just say in every tweet like hashtag ad, because like I watched that little tidbit of what the fuck he posted, and I genuinely cannot believe he's saying the words that say like he's saying. It's blatant. Like,
I feel
it's
like it's
like
fine print. That's like that's like a fine print moment. He's like, "Oh yeah, this is the biggest thing of all time." Like in my room or something like that. And then you like zoom in and then like there's a fine print. I feel like he said like, "Okay, the screenshot here is so high quality it beats out this random ass screenshot from Call of Duty." Okay, fair. You beat that one screenshot, whatever. But then I was like, "Yo, but look at the rest of the trip. Look at the rest of this right here though, bro. This not even COD mobile level, bro. What is this? What is that? What is
this
that?"
shit looks this shit looks bad. Not only does it look bad, but it has NFT attached to it, so it's already like when you if we were to rate games and we let's say we start games at a 5 out of 10 and then we play them to evaluate if they're
Yeah.
like go up or down, this game would start at a 0 because it's an NFT game. Like, I'm sorry, that is just the dumbest shit. I used to like try to slowly defend NFTs, but the way these people are pushing it, I hope the whole thing collapses because this shit is starting to get really fucking annoying. I cannot express to you how much most people hate, most, if not all people, hate microtransactions. And to make a game built exclusively and solely around that concept, but with not only including cryptocurrency, but including how much damage you're doing to the environment by having to like mine cryptocurrency and all these other things. It's like, bro, dog, I don't even know. I like
Mm.
I don't even understand how we are at this point. Like, I'm starting to believe the people who are interested in crypto, like the big people who are interested in crypto, are being paid to be this way. Like, I feel
Mm.
like I can't believe we have an NFT shooter. I can't believe this motherfucker is saying that this shit looks good. Man, I when I heard anytime I see a streamer be like, I'm getting into gaming, it's like motherfuckers who fucking eat food every day and are like, I'm gonna be a chef now. Like, you guys don't know what the fuck you're doing. You just enjoy that. You enjoy the shit and you yell at the camera. You're not some game genius just because you play games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I hear you, bro. I hear you, bro. And it's just, yeah, you clocked it out 100%. It's a PR stunt, bro. He just wants to create buzz around his title being an FPS title by going after one of the biggest ones that he's complained about for a long time. Like, it just makes perfect sense in terms of like him trying to campaign for his game, and it's only 6 months in development, so people are gonna be locked in and say, "Oh yeah, oh they're beefing together, oh da 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 da," just making up this random thing when again, like Call of Duty Mobile on a damn Nokia phone squashes that gameplay, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like it just, I don't know. Maybe he was trying to lock in on us that specific the screenshot and visual quality thing to again just kind of, I guess, focus some certain areas to kind of get some brownie points there. But I'm like, whatever, bro. Do what you do. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not really checking for a dead drop. I'm not really doing that. If it looks cool, it looks cool, whatever. But if you give me the choice, I'm playing Call of Duty damn near every time. So what else are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That ass, bro. Get that out of here, bro. Get that out. Anyways, moving back on, you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, I have realized I planted multiple of these tinfoil moments, these conspiracy theory Jones moments, and yeah, I'm not sorry for it. I'm sorry. There it is. But next piece of news we got. So EA Marvel news doesn't seem to be stopping, as there are reports from a few informants that they're in the lab with another Marvel game in addition to the Black Panther one that we heard from last week. Now, according to a game insider Tom Henderson, there were some rumblings in the past of an Iron Man game that could be, kind of associated loosely, but he said those were heavy rumors. Again, these should remain rumors. We don't know what's coming, but I want to say, first and foremost, potential thoughts on, an Iron Man game. If that could possibly be a thing. What do you think about that?
Maybe, but I don't know. I'd have to see it in practice because it's a tricky situation.
Yeah.
I'd have to say maybe like an Iron, like you'd have to start off with like Iron Man not being able to fly and like all that
Mm.
because
They know not gonna do
he's like a
that.
great character, but it's like I feel like it's a Superman problem where it's like
Yeah. How you gonna control him flying and stuff like that and make that manageable? Yeah. Did Crystal Dynamics do it with the Avengers game and Iron Man?
it should suck though. Like
Yeah.
it was
I don't.
good. It was like
I
like
don't.
you could fly, but it sucked. It wasn't fun.
Word. So I bet. I didn't play. I didn't play too much Iron Man when I played that little bit of the game. So I didn't know. So
It's like you would have to be like because there's games where movement and shooting is like a really big part of it. Like
yeah.
Ratchet and Clank, like anything Insomniac makes really has good
Mhm.
movement shooting. Like
Yeah.
Sunset
Infamous.
Overdrive, great
Yeah.
example. Like
And Sunset
Infamous, things
Overdrive.
like that.
Yeah.
But like Iron Man flies. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Is like his movement is very free, and you might have like the Superman effect where you just have too much power. So like
Mhm.
I don't know. I'd have to see it in practice, to be honest.
Yeah. 100%. That was interesting. Don't know what the narrative would be, but yeah, I'm just like, could be something else. But the second half. So if it isn't Iron Man, in the case that it is not, what could it be? Uh-huh.
Another outside of Black Panther.
Yes, this is outside of Black Panther. This is a complete different project.
I think a Thor game would work pretty well because you would have the flying thing, but Thor doesn't always necessarily fly. And like we all know, God of War made basically a Thor game essentially
Yeah.
because you could bring the axe back like it's sick. So
Yeah.
Thor would be cool. If it's not Thor, it's obviously not Spider-Man.
Yeah, nah.
Maybe a
Not.
Hawkeye game. I wouldn't be excited for it, but like a bow and arrow has been like a staple in video games. Like, don't look at me like that, dog. I'm just saying. Hey, you asked for it.
My nigga, just go play Tomb Raider, bro. Like, it don't make no sense. Why would you even suggest that? That don't make no sense.
I'm just saying.
Hawkeye
game,
not Heat.
It's not. But it would play better than most other Avenger games that they would make. If it's an Incredible Hulk game, though, that shit would be gas.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking, baby. Now we're talking. Now listen, an Incredible Hulk game. What was it? Ultimate Destruction? That was like the last one I even remember off the top of my head. Like, yo, if we got a Hulk game and like, oof. Ooh,
that'd be sick.
That's good right there. That's good right
Planet
there.
Hulk too, where that way you could like kill shit and not be worried about it. Like that would be sick.
Actually, dog, like man, listen, let's not get too deep. That's a good one though. That is a good one. I will say. Again, my pick. I'm gonna throw it back in the ring. I know we did a video on this before, and we talked about this on the podcast a few weeks ago with Choss and Grizz. But I'm gonna put my hat in the ring again for it, man. Punisher game. Just do a Punisher game, bro. Just do a Punisher game. It works. It works. I promise y'all, it works. Deadass. Like it's like Max Payne, less comedy, more violence. Y'all be straight. You know what I'm saying? Just go look at Rockstar, take some notes, steal off them, run away, and go make the game. Like I think that would be a really, really good shout. On a lot of fronts, man. It will be a dope story. Again, you can make it again like super, gritty, super, the gore focus and stuff like that. Do what you got to do. But I still think it'd be pretty fire. I still think that would be a really, really good project that would attract a lot of people, man. It wouldn't be the biggest IP that they're going to go for, but I think a Punisher game would get a lot of people in the door still.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving on. According to some reports, it seems that Dead Island 2 is springing back to life. Now, some early tidbits suggest that there's going to be a cast of about 5 to 6 new characters coming into play, a heavy focus on co-op gameplay, and it's going to be going apparently to multiple locations across California like Hollywood and San Francisco. And after Goat Simulator 3 was ragging on it in their own reveal trailer, it seems that Dead Island is coming back to put some respect on its name. So, thoughts on this? We thought Dead Island 2 was dead, bro. We thought it was like dead ass gone.
I don't believe this. That's my thoughts on this. I think this is fake. Like I understand. Nah, I just don't believe it actually. Because there's no way this game is so old. Like this game is what you would have to. Wasn't it made for wasn't it going to be on the PS3 or am I tripping? Like I thought that's when it got announced.
I need to actually find out what,
because I might be wrong. It could have been like early PS4, but like if this game is when I think it was, there's just no way that it would be still alive. Like it would have to be rebooted at that point. Like you can't make a sequel for a game that's that fucking old because Dead Island was on PS3 if I'm not mistaken. That game is
Mm-hmm.
ancient. And Dead Island 2 got announced when it was still relevant. So I want to say it was around the PS3 era. That announcement trailer was probably one of the sickest announcement trailers I've ever seen in my life, but it's just not, there's no way it's still around.
Damn.
There's just no way.
That reveal trailer came out in 2014, about 8 years ago.
2014.
8 years ago.
The PS4 came out when?
2013.
Oh, so it was like 1 year into it. So it would have been like an early PS4 game. Maybe, but if you're telling me that the game that was released, the trailer was released in 2014, you're telling me that that same game is going to be on a PS5, I don't want it. I truthfully, unless it got rebooted at some point and got revived, like it got ground up changed, then yeah, I'll take it. But it's probably not, so I don't want it.
Dang, man. I don't know, man. I will say this though. The zombie co-op genre, maybe it's not had the strongest, rise back to prominence, I'd say. Back for Blood was, it was cool, but it didn't really, recapture the fans like a Left 4 Dead could have. A lot of people are into those third person point of view action games like what's it called? Dying Lights and stuff like that. Well, not Dying Light, what's the name? Dead by Daylight, thank you. That's the name of it. Dead by Daylights, they're kind of into that inside the horror genre. What's the name? Dying Light 2, however, was not as big of a splash as people thought it was also. So that was also, kind of like a little bit of a downturn. There's kind of a gap in that space, honestly. And co-op games are starting to make a big comeback. Again, we're looking at Saints Row. That whole reboot's going to be 4-player co-op. Pokemon co-op. There's going to be a lot of emphasis, I think, over the next couple of years of, co-op experiences.
Are you wait? Is Saints Row gonna be 4-player co-op?
I think it's gonna be co-op. I see. It might be 2. I think it's gonna be 2.
I was like, bro, you're gonna blow my fucking mind. I'll buy that shit for 4 people. I assume that's nuts.
let me double check. I think it's 2-player co-op.
I think it's 2-player.
Yeah.
But if it's 4, that's crazy.
Let me make sure. But yeah, anyways, just back on to my point.
Yeah. Sorry.
What's it called? Yeah, no, okay, it's 2-player. I confirm. It's 2 players.
I was gonna say, whoa. That's crazy. That would have been crazy.
That would have been crazy, bro. They might need to update that in post, bro. They might need to
change that.
Extra 2 for real. But yeah, looking at just the wave of co-op coming into this year, I feel like that it's a good time for it to come back again with a gap in the zombie, games market, and then the gap in the co-op market, or it's that wave coming back. And if what's true of what they say about them being 5 to 6 player and expanding that count over the basic 4, I feel like that's, something that will be really, really beneficial for the games, just the scene in general. Pushing the count of co-op, drop in, drop out above 4, I think should be something that we're getting closer to over the years, especially for certain larger co-op open world experiences. Games that are open world, I feel like should have more, unless you're strictly single player, unless you have a strict single player agenda. I really feel like you should start pushing for, again, like 5 to 6 people, 6 people max in an open world scenario so you can play together and create more moments.
I would have to agree with you. I play a lot of survival games. If you're in my community, almost every time you see my name, it's usually associated with like Raft or Valheim. I haven't played as many because Multiverses has sucked the time away from me. But I love survival games, and I could not stress enough how much more enjoyable it would be. Valheim, you can play up to 10 players in the same server, and you can have more people join in, but only 10 at the same time. And it's a lot more fun, especially you could even see it in Minecraft, like where people have their own servers. It's a lot more fun when you have more people, and I think that it would honestly 100%. Be way more enjoyable just in an experience alone. As for Dead Island 2, honestly, I feel like every zombie game at this point is pretty much dead to me, except for one saving grace that might come out. We have yet to hear any news from it. That would be State of Decay 3, because State of Decay 2 was really, really good. And it's probably one of my favorite survival games, one of my favorite zombie games. I think probably one of the best zombie games of all time. If we ever really want to get into the niche top 10 list or whatever. But I think that's the only really zombie game that I'm actually looking out for, because Dead Island is dead. I'm sorry, I don't think that is true. It's coming out. And if they want to prove me wrong, I will eat my words gladly. But a game that got announced in 2014, in 2 years, that announcement trailer will be 10 years old. And I just cannot see somebody being like, we're almost done our game after 10 years of working on it after we announced it. Like, that's nuts. That's crazy. That development would be, you know how many systems you know how many Unreal engines you would have gone through, how many differences, like how many people, companies, like so much would have to have changed. So unless it's Dead Island reboot, I would not touch it.
Yeah, interesting, bro. I'm saying if they do come back, they need to do a trailer where they open and they start chopping the heads off of goats. That's got to be
Yeah,
their
that would be
ultimate clap.
funny.
That's got to be their straight clapback, bro. For all the disrespect Ghost Simulator put them through, they need the clapback strong. But a small part of me thinks that there could be something to this, honestly, because I feel like, you know, again, they said, oh, the rumor's going to be California locations, and the first trailer had California locations. Of course, it looked like it was like Long Beach or Venice Beach or whatever the hell it was. So
Right.
I there could be some legs to this. I don't know for sure, but I would like there to be, especially if there's going to be that element of a 5 to 6 player co-op. If this game can come out with a splash and really establish the standard of larger co-op experiences that have higher player counts, I will be much more, you know, happy with that being there. Just not just for the game itself, coming back into the scene, but the impact that can have when people see how much they flock to larger co-op experiences. Like, oh, we have a whole squad full of 6 people. Like, dead ass thinking of growth. We have 9 people. What games can house 9 people like that just off the rip? You know what I'm saying? Like, very few games can do that on a consistent basis that house multiple people more than just their basic 4 that you know and love from years past. So interesting. But I personally hope to see Dead Island 2 alive back in the space at some point in the future.
Yeah, I would love to see it too, but we have to see.
Yeah, we're gonna see. All right, moving on. So season 14 of Apex Legends entitled Hunted is on the way, and we got a bunch of updates on and changes to the BR game. Give me a second. Let me take a deep breath because there's a lot of this shit. All right. We got new attachment for the laser sight for SMGs, reducing hip fire spread and fully customizable RGBs on the laser sight itself. Volt and G7 are back, and ground loop Bowcheck Rampage is going to be in the care package now. Wingman now uses sniper ammo, extended mags. Sniper, the Spitfire now uses light ammo and light mags. Eva 8 buffs have the fire rate increase compatible with standard stocks now. The double tap is now back on ground loop for G7 and Eva. The skull piercer is now back for the Wingman 3030 longbow. Self-res perk is now moved from the gold bags to the gold knockdown. The gold bag now is a perk called Deep Pockets, which increases big heal capacity. The shield bat, med kit, and Phoenix increased by 1 capacity. Level cap increased to 2,000. Skull Town is now back in the form of relic with a couple of changes. And the new Legend Vantage is here with a tactical Echo relocation, which means it has a companion bat named Echo. Is sent to a spot in the vicinity, and Vantage can launch forward to him, but it must be in line of sight. Passive has Spotter's Lens ADS. Basically, you can have either be unarmed or mid to long range scopes for a drop off indicator for long range shots. And the ultimate ability is Sniper's Mark, which is a custom sniper rifle used to mark enemy targets, which applies bonuses to your damage for your team and yourself. The new season, August 9th. How are we feeling, WenEazy? That's a lot of words.
That was a lot. That was beautiful, though. I love the performance. How am I feeling, man? Like, Apex just looks like a toxic ex to me at this point. Like, it looks like it would be fun for the night, but I don't think I could spend so much time with it. It looks cool, but man, I just don't like the character looks cool. I will say that. I will say that Vantage looks like a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a really sick a movement character. I think it's awesome to gain height. The bat, I feel really bad because if I'm playing the game, I'm shooting the bat. Like, obviously you're going to shoot the bat, and I feel terrible for it.
They confirmed you can't down the bat either. It said
you can't.
I'm pretty sure they confirmed you can't kill the bat. So
just okay, so like,
so it just wears out
to the bat no matter what.
Yeah, I think they can get to a bat no matter what, but then like it'll just have a cooldown, disappear after you use it, I guess.
Okay, I love that actually, because I would feel bad, but I'm gonna do it because like I'm not letting you get away. Like I'm sorry, I'm not letting you get away from the fight or whatever. But I think it's a really sick character, especially for it being a sniper. Like, yo, I'm gonna go gain height. I'll be right back. And it doesn't seem as invasive. It doesn't seem as like when you're playing Horizon and you throw the Q down, you see it from a distance. Like, everybody knows all Horizon's thing is right over there. The bat seems like a smaller thing, so you might be able to like get into hype positions without people knowing where you are. Yeah. I like the ultimate. It seems okay. Everything else kind of seems all right, cool. We'll see what happens. Wingman becoming a sniper, I'm not scared. Like, I'm in my mind. In my mind, it makes sense. It's kind of a Yeah, like it's kind of always been. Even when I play with a G7, not a G7. When I play with a wingman, I don't even run that many heavy ammo bullets. Like I run like the amount I would have for a sniper because I don't need that
Yeah,
many because you're hitting
facts.
big heavy shots with it.
Big
Um,
rounds.
exactly. The shield res and then the gold knockdown. Cool. I think that it sucks for the lifeline mains
Yo,
out
lifelines,
there.
lifelines are so pissed right now. They're so pissed
Mm,
off. I know in their heart. They're tilted.
I love deep pockets though. Like I really enjoy. I think that perk is pretty sick. I think that should have been Lifeline's passive to be honest, or something.
Hmm.
But fuck the Lifeline, I guess. The level. I honestly don't even know why Apex even has levels. To be honest with you, I don't know why they have caps. I just feel like you guys are gonna keep increasing it because you people are gonna keep playing your game. Why don't you just make it so that like
Yeah.
there's no number. You just level up and then you get the 600 and then you level up again and then you get the one pack. Like I feel like why
Mhm.
not just keep doing that?
Yeah. I
Um,
don't know, man.
I feel like that's like there's some greed behind that. They're just like, well, we don't want people who play the game a lot to get free stuff. But it's like,
Mhm.
yo, if you're playing, if you're at level 2000 right now, if you hit level 2000, I think that person should get fucking free everything because that's a
Facts.
lot of levels to be playing this game.
Facts. Yeah, they're a nut.
Um,
They're a nut. That's what they are, bro. They deserve it just off of the sheer audacity.
you know what I'm saying? Like it's insane. But am I going to be jumping back into Apex? No, not at all. Like it's just not enough to bring me back. I don't think anything is ever really enough to bring me. You know what would be enough to bring me back to Apex? A team deathmatch. You bring that bad boy in there, yeah, I'll play the shit out of this game.
Bro, isn't that crazy? How we're at this point in Apex's life cycle where like it's dead as a Fortnite situation, bro. If you don't bring back no build, I'm not coming back to this game. If you don't bring back that, I'm not coming back. It's crazy how we've started to approach that point for Apex Legends for a good amount of people now. Like that's wild.
You either die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And
Crazy.
Fortnite has lived long enough to see itself become the hero because
Facts.
if you would have told me how long Apex has not been out for 5 years. If you would have told me 2 years ago, it feels like
Mm,
5 years, but if you would have told me
yeah,
like 2 years ago that I would drop Apex to play Fortnite, I would look at you like a liar. Like I'd be like, I would never go back to
crazy.
Fortnite. This game is amazing. But you literally have a game that the skill floor is so high at this point. There is no reason for a casual player to play it. You cannot play pubs because it is very sweaty. And you can't and if you want to play ranked, you can play ranked but it's not really fun. Like you're gonna be
Hmm.
playing with people of your level, but you're gonna be ratting and you're gonna be playing. Oh, hard rotation. Oh, I got shot. Do we want to take this fight? Fuck no. We gotta leave. Like we gotta rotate. Like that's how you play ranked. It's just not fun anymore, and there's no casual mode to really change that. You could like if I get defeated and absolutely shit on in a game of control or in a game of team deathmatch, it's cool. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna just do something else. You know, like I'm gonna keep running through it, or I'm gonna play another
Hmm.
team deathmatch, but I'm gonna be back. You know, I'm gonna come back. You're not. This game is just. It's just not it anymore. It used to be fun for everybody, but now it shit got sweaty, and here we are, just playing. I'm back. I'll be on no build if you need me.
Word. Word. That's kind of crazy, bro. Looking at the game, man. At least the changes for the new season, they look pretty interesting in and of itself. The double tap is back for the G7. So if I ever play the game again, I'm gonna use the G7 because double tap was an elite drop.
Yeah.
So that's dope. Skull Town's back, which is also I think is a big plus in my opinion, because I like Skull Town. That's where all the action is, man. If you ain't no bitch, go to Skull Town. You know what I'm saying? I think that was cool. A couple different changes to the map, but overall still good. The legend actually looks pretty interesting. If you hit your shots and then you're ready to like push in, and also she's giving information on the team stats, like what shields that they're on and whatnot. If you get the shots off, you hit your sniper shots, and you push in, that's extra damage boost for you. So again, it rewards you for again more less campy gameplay, more aggressive gameplay, and for one actually hitting sniper shots. So it's like you get that bang for your buck there. The rest of the stuff I really like don't care for. Maybe laser sight could be actually like pretty beneficial. A lot of people are gonna go crazy with the SMGs and stuff. The R9 is gonna get abused. So that's gonna be a thing that's gonna happen a lot more often. I would say this actually. What's the name? What's that gun's name, bro? The Prowler could come back a lot with that thing, because I mean
Yeah.
people don't really ADS like that with the Prowler, and if you hit like one little joint with that, it could be wraps, bro. It could be wraps. So
Yeah.
interesting to see how the guns might rebalance, and I think that takes a place of the barrel or something like that. I think it takes the same slot as a barrel or something like, or the barrel stabilizer. I think it does.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see how that would play out. Overall for me, I'm like, I think I signed. I don't know if I got in, but I think I signed up for a tournament on the 20th. I'm probably gonna forget about that in a few days' time. So I might need to do a couple sessions in practice for that. But otherwise, I'm not really moved by Apex, bro. Again, we're right in the same spot. I'm just like, yo, I can't see myself on this consistently anymore unless there's some mode that really brings me back in. But pubs is, again, it's in the sweats, like it's done. What's it called? Ranked is just, again, the same thing. Everybody's locked into like silvers and bronzes and stuff like that. You can't really get nowhere. Silver and gold, you can't really get nowhere much past that. The LTMs are just that LTM, so control's not gonna be back permanently. What the hell? Don't really feel for arenas too much right now. I mean, I'll get on if people are getting on to play arenas, I guess, but I'm not moved. I'm not moved by Apex right now. I'm gonna be honest. I'm off that. And again, you got Cult of the Lamb dropping in August. You got Saints Row dropping in August. We're right behind the corner of September, so a bunch of stuff's gonna be dropping in September. It's just like it's like a mad build up for me. Mad build up for me. It's crazy to see how the honeymoon phase for a lot of people is kind of like that first film when you take off the iPhone. You know what I'm saying? It's been taken off, and now we're seeing again just be a little bit more critical. So it feels like Apex is human now. You know what I'm saying? It's finally assimilated into the rest of the group, and it's been I guess brought down to size, because there was at one point where it was unstoppable. Everybody was playing it, everybody was loving it, and there was like nothing they could do wrong. But now it's like we're starting to see some of the chinks in the armor and just showing it's just another BR experience.
Yeah, like that's all. That it's kind of sad, but it is what it is at this point. Like
Games, bro.
the ball is the ball is in their court. If they want to change it, they can change it. But obviously they don't. So we'll see what happens.
Facts. There was a team that had more in their toolkit to actually make a couple of changes, and it would massively bring people back. It's probably them. But yeah, the choice is theirs, man. Choice is theirs. All right, on to the last story of the day. We had a new dev diary on Project L, the Riot Games fighting game, that confirmed free-to-play status of the game and revealed a lot of new development shots, and the reveal of a new character to the roster. Illaoi, is that how I'm pronouncing it right? Illaoi?
No, Illaoi.
Illaoi, thank you so much. Damn, I was about to say Illaoi. Damn, that's fire.
Yeah.
Illaoi from League of Legends is going to be joining the roster of Project L. So Illaoi's coming in. We saw some of the art and just the how it looked. How do you feel about this reveal? How do you feel about Project L? How do you feel about that ramp up, man? As a resident FGC correspondent, what's going on?
So I did a video on this because I think Project L is going to be nuts. I don't think Project L is going to have the same impact that Multiverses has had, but obviously two different games, two very different games. But I'm very excited for it. They're kind of like in this new league of new league, but it's kind of in this new era of fighting games where we're going towards free to play fighters, which is crazy because it's going to create this like separation between the newer generation of fighting games, which are going to be free to play. These games, I think, are only really going to be games that are fighting games created out of things that are not fighting game related. So, like, League of Legends is not fighting game related, but but Project L was created to get into that space. It's free to play because they know that they have more fans in the League of Legends sides than they do in the fighting game side. So they're not. If I'm a fan of League of Legends, I'm not paying money for a fighting game because I'm playing League. I'm not playing a fighting. Yeah, and even on top of that, they're just completely different games. Same thing with Multiverses. Yeah. I'm not paying for Jake because I like fighting games and I think he has a good setup. I'm playing for Jake because I like Adventure Time or I like Steven, so I'm paying for Steven. I think being free to play is a huge. I mean, it was a big brain move, but it felt like a no brainer with all the. Even in the video, they talked about they're like, you know what, us at Riot, we make free to play games, and they have Valorant is free, League of Legends is free, Project L is going to be free. Like it makes sense. Legends of Runeterra is free. Like all their games are free. The announcement of Illaoi is sick because Illaoi is a really, really interesting character. And Illaoi has been actually kind of in the forefront of League when in terms of their outside games. Like Illaoi holds a really major part in Legends of Runeterra, which was their RPG that they released earlier last year. And honestly, I'm really excited for this game. I'm excited for Alawe. I really can't wait to see what they have in store. I really wish this announcement was more on the side of beta coming soon, things like that.
Yeah.
But it kind of was like a little bit of a tease. I don't know if I necessarily like it because I feel like they're just telling me things that like I would have loved for them to have waited and been like,
Mhm.
yo, here's gameplay of Alawe and it's free to play and here's a date. But I guess I can't be too upset.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, for me, I don't know too much about it, but I can speak on the state of where this genre of games might be going. Again, free to play fighters might be that wave coming through again with the price points of certain games only getting larger. It feels like this could be a good way for like games like this and multiverse to really carve a spot. Like multiverse is already at Evo. You know what I'm saying? Like it picked up so fast, it's already at Evo. So maybe these free fighters are gonna create this environment of again just rapid acceptance, a lot of play, and if it gets the right support from the FGC community and FGC again, like professionals and just the space itself in terms of major representatives from it, and gets that love, those things can really take off. Again, just take multiverses. I'm not gonna say it's the same game, but again, look at it. It's already Evo. It's already going down at Evo today. I was seeing two people get abused by a Velma and a Tom and Jerry. You know what I'm saying? That's how quickly things roll. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking at this, this space of again those free to play fighters, and I think this could be their time to eat. This could really be their time to eat. And also, it's not even to knock them. Think about how big League of Legends is worldwide. Think about
Yeah.
how big, especially again, like like Easter markets and stuff like that. If you drop like hella League of Legends characters and then somebody from like a Valorant or something like that, people gonna love it. People are gonna love it, man. Like that's their bag, and I think that's where a lot of fighting games are best. Like look at Marvel vs. Capcom, bro. You're taking people from larger fandoms and larger franchises and putting them into this niche game. Look at Injustice; it had its own story, but it brought those characters from different worlds and different places to this bigger thing, and people loved it. That's a really, really common. I think it's a surefire concept for a lot of games that creates banger moments for more often than not. That concept of bringing people from an outside brand or an outside entity or game series or whatever genre, and bringing them into a fighter or something like that or something else entirely. That's what creates moments that draw people in, and if your game is good enough, you're gonna keep them there. And I feel like Project L is gonna be on track to do something like that.
Yeah, I think that it's established in a franchise that has a lot of people to choose from. There are characters that you will not see in this game. Like I can't imagine them putting Timo in this game because they're a ranged character. However, Jinx is in the game and she's a ranged character. So I could be completely wrong.
Mm.
I genuinely think that it's a very creative team and they have really good people on that team. So I think it's going to be one of those games to watch. The only issue I have, and it's truly like I said in the video, it's very much a personal issue. It is a 2v2 fighter, which out of all the fighting games, I feel like is very not inclusive to
Mhm.
newer fighting game fans because you're now learning two move sets of characters. Like you're gonna have to learn a lot kind of
Yeah.
quickly. So it really depends on how easy the game is or how similar the inputs are for people. So we'll see. Again, we'll see. It's very much this is all speculation, of course. I don't know if the 2v2 route would have been the mode for this because if
Mm.
you're putting people who are new to fighting games, completely new to fighting games, and be like, yo, I need you to learn this character. Now I need you to learn this second character, and now I need you to learn how to combo these people together.
Yeah.
That's kind of tough. So we'll see what happens, though. I'm excited. I will definitely be playing this, and I will definitely be following this game as well.
Mhm. 100%, 100%. I just realized I skipped an entire story. So this is actually the last story of the podcast. Damn it, man. I have not eaten all day. Charles, don't kill me in the comments, please. Okay, so after months of waiting for a sign, we are finally getting some updates and views of the Halo Infinite Forge mode. So people have really gotten their hands on it through early test flights, and they've been showing off what they can do with the mode. And we're seeing a lot of tidbits, come through the grapevine on Twitter and all on other social media platforms. We're seeing things like, brand new map designs of the maps that we've seen from Halo Infinite, defense towers, force pulls and pushes on players, an actual PT remake itself in Halo Forge, and mystery boxes that are fully functional and working, and a whole lot more. And now with this whole set of, you know, the new creative capabilities like you know, object scaling, vehicle welding, weapon combining, and scripting, the Forge mode beta, while there is no official date, it's looking really, really promising, and is expected to, you know, have some beta test flight around next month, September 2022. So I mean, thoughts on Forge mode and you know, its potential to really, you know, make an impact and possibly bring some people back to Halo Infinite?
I think it could have a huge impact. I think that the steam from Halo kind of has died down, so now you're just working with the core community. I think that this could bring people back, and I think if there's some really sick modes, like it's really going to be kind of on the community to come up with some really sick modes to bring people back. Like not like make an Among Us mode, but make a mode similar to that. Not like similar in gameplay, but like similar in scope of like this was created like when they made it in Fortnite, like how people were playing that game mode in Fortnite, like
Yeah.
something that is going to be so funny and so fun for people to like make content from and do XYZ with, that people are like, I need to download Halo because I need to get on this mode. So I think this is a
Mm-hmm.
really good idea for them because of how slow they are with coming out with content. And now I would also like to say this, when I say slow, like I don't think that them being slow coming out with content for this game is necessarily a bad thing. It's bad for them, but like maybe it's because they don't want to crunch people. Like there's a
Yeah.
big list of reasons why.
It's only
This
bad when there's nothing else there. That's what I'd say. It's only bad when there's
exactly,
nothing else around it. If you were slow to make content, but there was enough in the beginnings of the first place, then we give you a buy. We give you a longer,
yeah,
you know, wait period. Like, listen, you guys are working. You know what I'm saying? You do your thing, but you dropped us all this stuff in the beginning. Why? You know, we don't even got to complain yet, guys. Like, you're fine.
yeah. It's like if they would have dropped, if Halo would have released and Forge mode would have came out in March, like we would still be talking about Halo because Forge mode would have enough like replayability for even if people like me who don't really care much for those custom games, I would still watch people play those custom games, or people would still hit me up and be like, "Yo, you want to get a part of this like Duck Duck Goose game or whatever?" I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll download the
Duck
game
Hunt was the
and like
shit.
yeah, like just it would be, or like, yo, you want to play some Michael Myers or whatever. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of things you could do with the franchise. Um
Mm-hmm.
and that's what like I hope that this brings back people and creates like a really cool, fun environment. Because I think that the Halo Infinite is a really good game. It just can't keep up with people like Fortnite,
Yeah.
where they push out content every freaking day, it feels like at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I don't want you guys to overwork yourselves, but you guys want, if you guys want to be this live service free to play shooter, you gotta keep up with you gotta have some reason for people to come back.
Facts. Facts. I agree. Yeah, just to answer the question, I guess from my side, bro, I 100% think this can bring back at least some people, bro. Forge mode was the lifeblood of Halo 3. Forge mode was the lifeblood of so many different great Halo experiences that people know and love when they associate, again, Halo to their game and life, their enjoyment, blah blah blah, this, that, and the third. Um, Looking at the capabilities first and foremost, this looks like, again, it's so in depth. Like I saw like some of the sheets and whatnot look like. It's like it did as actual like game developments, actual coding. Like they had like these little outcomes and stuff like that. You can like pin to certain things. You can change weapons. Like pistols can fire rocket shots. Like there's so many different things. Like, oh, you can make you know, you can change the properties of a revenant or a ghost or something like that to make different things, like different vehicle spawns and stuff like that. Like again, the sizing of different things creates so many different map stuff. Like the creations I've seen through these early beta test flights, these early alpha test flights rather, they've been so ridiculous. Again, just the PT remake, an entire PT, it looks dead ass similar, bro. It looks dead ass so close to the actual PT. I was confused for a second because I was like, oh, I didn't realize it was like not PT until I saw the Halo hand, bro. Oh, this man is like right there in the lobby, bro. So there's that. There was something else, bro. I completely forgot what it was. Oh yeah, they made breakable doors. They made like breakable doors in Halo. Like it was just like a regular door, and they just like, oh, it did like 2 hits on it, and like it actually broke down like Battlefield or something like that. I'm like, yo, that's insane.
Interesting.
That's
Yeah.
insane. There's so much creativity that you can put into this that I'm seeing just off of the beta test flights alone, like closed beta test flights of like a few people, that when it actually opens up to everybody, I can see this going crazy, bro. In my head, I was just like, yo, I could literally do a whole ass series on just like Halo games, just Halo custom games, like just like people did like in like years past and stuff like that. Like that's insane, the amount of stuff that can come from this, especially with the depth and creativity they've given the creators in Forge mode. Um, in terms of its impact with the people, again, I feel like over time, once people see, oh, what crazy stuff Halo can do, people are going to come back, and it's going to start with, again, the creators going to be like, oh, yo, there's going to be some fun content on Halo. Let's go do some stuff on here. And then more people are going to go back into the game. And then that's going to buy you time while they're there distracted by Forge. Go drop some more stuff. Drop Griffball, you motherfuckers. Drop Griffball. I swear to God, man. If you don't drop Griffball, I'm fucking pissed off. Anyways, I'm just saying, like, now that you have Forge mode, again, locked in the chamber, and once you release it, it's going to get a lot of people, I think, back into the game and start looking around and start being in there for a little while, seeing all the custom stuff that they can grab. Also, I hope the AI and the UI rather, the UI system to actually grab a lot of these custom games from the queues and stuff. I hope it's as streamlined as possible. I don't remember how it was when I last saw it, but I remember Halo 3's one. It was mad difficult for me because I was like, what the fuck am I looking at, bro? I'm on an Xbox. I don't know what's going on. So I really hope the custom games are, again, a lot just as user friendly as possible in terms of a menu queue, uploading stuff, having it, just there readily accessible for, people to grab. And if that all comes together, I really think that's a really good experience, and then a lot of a huge gain back for Halo in terms of, concurrent users and just the fan base, bro. I know if it's hitting, I'm going to try and get everybody in Growth to play because it's a free game. So Halo 4 is going to be free. So I'm going to try and get everybody on it so we can play custom games. And there's a whole lot of stuff you can do with that in and of itself. So I'm really rooting for them. I really hope they can come back. And then, this Forge mode really drops well. If it drops in September, I hope it has a really, really big splash and people can get back on the game. And, they can kick on and recover from, this rough start to, their release.
Yeah. I really hope the best for them.
100%, man. You already know the saying, man. We don't want no games to be bad, especially one of this size, especially one of this stature. All right, though. But yeah, that's actually the last story. I was about to say I had to go back for that. And I have no more notes on the pod today. Anything that we might have missed from this week, Wen?
Not that I can think of, honestly. Outside of Evo starting up this weekend. Depending on what my capacity is this Sunday, I might watch finals for multiverses if they're still. I believe that's the schedule. Usually finals are like Sundays. But if finals happen on Sunday, then best believe I will be watching that. Same thing with Tekken finals. I would love to sit there. So if y'all wanna pull up, let me know. I'll be watching it in my Discord. But other than that, yeah, I don't think anything has happened. There might be some announcements, but that's not today.
Word. Bro, what the hell? I'm looking at, I just opened up my Twitter. I'm looking again. This dude made an entire apartment complex. I'm about to DM you this, bro. He made an entire, like a city. It was like a city. It's like a city, bro. Bro, what is this? Nah, bro. Halo better slap. Halo better slap, bro. That Forge better. It'd be like crack cocaine in the streets, bro. Stop playing with me. Oh my goodness. But anyways, that's all I got from this week. There really isn't any news, beyond that I've seen extra. I would definitely say, guys, lock in with us, man. We're doing a lot of dope stuff. Stuff is, man, this content is going to be insane over the next few weeks, and especially in the next few months, man. It's going to be a lot of special stuff, going on. But yeah, I think that's all we got for the show. Any closing notes, Wen?
No, drink your water, enjoy your time. If you have Monster Hunter, play that. That's what I've been doing.
Hey, man. Word. My closing notes is, I would say, Cult of the Lamb. Be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
Saints Row. Be on the lookout for that. You know what I'm saying? NBA 2K23. Don't look for that shit. It doesn't matter. Sorry, I just want to add that in there for the fucking 2K nerds. Yay, man. But yeah, listen, I appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Make sure you guys rate this 5 stars on Apple Podcast and Spotify. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you catch us on the live episodes, especially on these special ass content channels, man. You don't want to miss this dope ass content, man. We all got some partners now, man. So you gotta support now. You gotta support. You know what I'm saying? They supporting us. Why aren't you? Exactly, man. So make sure you hit up WOTAKU channel. That's WOTAKUCHANNEL Wotaku channel on all platforms. WenEazy on Twitter as well for Wen's platforms and all his dope content that's going on that side. Make sure you follow ThatManTripp on all platforms. And also, if you're into sports, full-time Trip, you know what I'm saying, on a couple of different platforms, YouTube and Twitter. Just get locked in with some sports stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's brand new. Go get that new heat. Make sure you follow @NoCooldownPod on Twitter for any updates that we're doing with streams, if we're changing the times, if we're posting some new stuff, if we're bullshitting, let us know. You know what I'm saying? Follow us there so we can let you know as soon as possible. Yeah, man. We're doing this damn thing, man. Follow Growth as well @AllForGrowth on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? There's a giveaway going on over the next couple of days. I think it closes on Sunday, 8/8. So you guys might want to get on top of it if you want a chance to win $100. But yeah, man, that's episode 33. There's been a lot of good stuff this week, and I can't wait to see what we get into next. It's been no cooldown, and we are out of there.